We've finally arrived to the first part of the decisions, the TQM. The TQM is one of the easiest parts of the simulation. It is relatively simple and uncomplicated, and together with HR, it should be the first thing that you do at the beginning of each round. So what is TQM? TQM stands for Total Quality Management. It is a set of 10 quality initiatives that you invest in, and they have various impacts, and in general they make your company perform better and be more efficient. It is relatively expensive. It costs between $10 to $20 million per round, but it has a very great effect that outweighs the cost, so it is very recommended to invest in it. It also has a cumulative effect, which means that whatever you're going to do in round 1 is going to affect for the remainder of the game and is going to add up to what we are going to do in later rounds. So it is very, very recommended to begin early so you will get the maximum effect. In the next few slides, we are going to go over the limitations, and after we understand them, I will give you several recommended options to choose from. In the following graph, we can see the added benefit or added impact per initiative based on the investment on that initiative. So on the horizontal axis, we can see the investments in dollars between $0 and $2 million, and on the vertical axis, we can see the relative impact. So this is an S-shaped curve. This means that at the lower end of the investment in small numbers, the added benefit is going to be relatively small. At some point, roughly around 500, we are going to reach the linear, start to get into the linear part of the curve, where the effect is going to go up very quickly, and on the other edge, when we are getting closer to $2 million, it is going to get slower again. So at the two extremes, it is going to be much slower added benefit. So this means that at small numbers, it is not going to be very effective and not recommended. And also, if we are going to go to $2 million, we are going to get the best impact overall, but it is not going to be very effective. If we want to be more cost effective, then we want to be around the area of $1.5 million, where the circle is. This is where we're going to get the best impact, the best relative effect per the investment spent. In the last slide, we talked about the graph, and we showed that beyond $2 million, there is no added benefit. So this is one of the limitations that we have. We shouldn't go beyond $2 million per initiative in each round. There is also another limitation. This is the $4 million per initiative for the whole duration of the game. In TQM, we can invest, and we should invest, over several rounds, and we can't go beyond $4 million. After that, there is not going to be any added benefit. So we need to plan ahead and make sure that we meet both of those limitations. After we understand the limitations, now is the time to actually plan how we are going to split the investment of the TQM. Option 1, which in my opinion is the most recommended, it's proven, and this is what I would personally do, is to invest $1.5 million per initiative for rounds 1 and round 2, and in round 3 to invest the remaining 1,000. So in total, you're going to get 4,000 per initiative. The second option is more expensive, it is slightly faster, and it is to spend 2,000 for each initiative for rounds 1 and 2. It is more expensive, it is a little bit faster, and it is going to give you slightly worse effect, but it is also a legitimate option, and you can spread it in any other way that you see fit, as long as you follow the limitations that were mentioned earlier. To summarize, my suggestion is to not think too hard about it, just go for the first option, which is 1.5 million for rounds 1 and 2, and 1 million for round 3. This is how the TQM decisions are going to look in the simulation. You have 10 initiatives, you can press the little I button to read about each one of them, and on the right side we are going to see the projected impact. So this is very simple. You just put in the values that you want to invest in thousands, because even though it is in millions of dollars, the value that you put in is in thousands. So it is important to not make a mistake about it, not that I think that you can, but either way, you're supposed to, let's say that you want to invest 1.5 million, then you're going to write down 1,500. So this is very simple. Just put in the value and move on to the next part. And this is from the report. Here you can see the actual impact after the investment. So here we're going for the option 1. We are spending 1.5 in rounds 1 and 2 and 1,000 in round 3. And at the bottom we can see the cumulative impact. This is why we bothered with this very expensive investment. You can see that we get a material cost reduction of 5%, labor cost reduction of 6%, R&D time is going to be faster by 27%, which is really a lot. Administrative cost is also nice, 33% reduction, and demand increase is 6.6%, which is really a huge number. By round 3, after we do the full investment, we reach almost 12% and 14% of material and labor cost reduction. R&D time is going to be 40% lower, administrative cost 60%, and the demand increase is 14.4%. Those are very high numbers, and this is going to create a very big advantage for you over your competitors.